I'm not having it. I just like, there's just a point where like, when is okay for me to stand up for myself?
Right.
When is it? I feel like I've just always felt like there was a jealousy from Sydney, and I never wanted to like accept that.
Interesting.
And then the podcast solidified that feeling. I called her and I said, if you have something, I said, don't send me shit like that. And then me and her unfollowed each other and everything. And I blocked my bullies, so she's blocked currently. Yeah, Zita was like, yeah, the girls said that if you show up, they won't show up.
Wow.
That's a really intense, bold statement. Bystander bullying is a thing. And when you're not strong enough, you create a group. And I think that that's what she's done.
Okay,
yeah, she feels like she needs to say something when it's unnecessary. I don't need to hear from you. If Zita wants to speak to me, Zita can speak to me. I believe in speaking to another grown woman as another grown woman. I don't need your assistant to send me a message for someone.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, babes.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you for gracing me with
So
your
happy to be
presence.
here.
I really appreciate it. Guys, welcome back to the Marathi podcast. We are in LA, in Hollywood, and we are blessed with a Love Island USA contestant. Sereniti is in the building, guys.
Hello.
Boy.
I've arrived.
How are you?
Stepping. I'm doing well. Doing well.
You look
Slim
gorgeous.
thick. Thank you. Tequila and cardio is my regimen.
Not tequila and cardio.
Yes. Swim every morning. And tequila.
This does not have tequila, guys.
That
I do
is
not drink.
cranberry. No UTIs here. Check yourselves. We are safe.
So you're a NOLA girl.
Yeah, I lived there for 3.5 years, and I feel like it made me who I am.
Right.
Gave me a little seasoning, spice.
Right.
Yummy.
What are you wearing today?
Today I'm wearing a local NOLA brand. So I always like to support local businesses. I'm huge on that. And one thing about NOLA I love about them is they support their people. And so I wanted to put on this custom
Real
outfit.
community. And the boots?
The boots, I don't know. They were a gift. And I actually scuffed them up on the way. So don't come for my shoes.
Not on the way, child.
Yes, on the way.
Ooh.
I was running.
On the run.
On the run. Is she a runner? She a track star.
You came all the way from San Diego.
Yes, I drove here from San Diego today.
And guys, she came on time.
A woman on time. Hello.
Like,
Marriage material.
I just had to let everybody know that she came on time.
Thank
and I love
you.
that for you. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
I take pride in being on time.
Right. Now we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Your, Love Island journey and being on season 4.
Yeah.
The whole process, being on the journey. Have you watched it all back?
Yeah, I've watched up to episode 16. That's when I left.
You're like, let me just...
And this is where I stop, episode 16. Yes.
Yeah, turn the TV off.
And good.
Did you like how you were presented on the show?
I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I feel like I was just watching me in normal day in life. A lot of my friends, they reached out to me and they was like, it's hilarious watching you and just being like, well, that's just another day of Serenity being Serenity.
Right.
So it felt really good and authentic to like see my personality. And like I talk to myself a lot. I spend a lot of time by myself. And in my head, I think I'm hilarious. I think I'm a hoot. And to see it on screen, I'm like, damn, I am a hoot. I'm not too shabby.
No, I felt like it was funny, especially when like Zita was like, I'm gonna go start some drama, and you were like, ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna sit right here. Yeah, no, I love it. No, that she is funny. And that's the thing. I ain't mad at her, but I'm gonna sit right here. Okay? Right. I told her, one of the things we always said was like, I'm scared. She always like caught me when I'm like in my like own element. And so that was like the best parts.
Do you feel like when it comes to your connections and what was going on in the villa, do you feel like you not have regrets per se, but wanted to put more into stuff, or you're fine with the way it went?
No, I'm a hopeful romantic. I don't know if that's naive of me. I really want to find love, and I don't think my love story is going to be a traditional one. I was previously engaged, and I tried the traditional route, and it was awful. So I just thought that going on in the show it would happen authentically, but there are not a lot, but just a few regrets. Just like power moves I wish I would have made, knowing that everybody was thinking of themselves, that I would have thought of myself a little bit more as well.
Right. Interesting. Yeah. It's different when you go in there with like a pure or more innocent intent.
I know. Yeah, no, I'm naive is what everybody keeps using for me. But I just really think that like if I just came as myself, it would have worked out. But maybe the next one.
Right. Maybe the next one.
Yeah.
The next one is All Stars. Have you heard of All Stars?
Yeah, I just heard about that.
Would you be down to do it?
I would be. I mean, if they have a height limit, I'm all for a man that's, I wear heels as a primary shoe. So people were like, where are you going? I'm like, the grocery store. So if they have a height limit and I can find a man 6'2" and above, that'd be cool.
Not the grocery
Shout
store.
out. No, just looking. just a little bit looky look. Yeah, no, I'm very interested in just finding who is supposed to be my life partner.
Right.
I really want to find someone that like loves me for me, being the happy-go-lucky, corny, but also like embodying my like confidence.
Right.
It took me a while to get here, so
A journey.
it's a journey.
Life is a journey, child, and we think it's about to end, but nope.
No, I thought life was a highway, but it's a journey.
Right. It's a down way too.
Yeah, no.
But you're finna get all the way back up again.
Oh yeah, no, we running
Right. In the boots.
in the boot.
Now, what were you doing outside of Love Island before you came on and your job, and where are you from in America?
I'm originally from a small town, Clovis, California. It's a small town outside of Fresno. I'm a desert girl.
Nice.
I wear cowgirl boots and a cowgirl hat. That's my style. I was gonna come in here with it, but I was like, you know what? The people aren't ready for my new cowgirl hat that I just got. And then I bartended before I came to the show.
Nice.
But now I own my own bartending company.
Wow.
Yes, I actually was. I know it sounds. I don't know if it sounds funny because I cry as a hobby, but I cry when happy things happen too. In 2018, I wrote down my business idea, and I sat in my apartment the day I opened up my business in 2023, and was like, "Wow, I've officially done it." So it is a journey. It's a process, and
You
I'm
gotta
very
trust
proud
that.
of myself. Yeah, and I am a prayerful woman, so it's definitely not on my own.
Damn, entrepreneur.
Yeah,
That spirit.
yeah. No, my heart is full, so full.
I love that for you. Definitely want to get into some things.
Okay, let's get into the tea. Serenity.
Yes.
Ooh, sip on it.
I felt like some of your journey, and even post journey, and even when you were on Azita's podcast, and like so many examples where I felt like there was misrepresentation,
Yeah, misunderstood for sure.
misunderstood as well. And I felt like, even with some of the girls on the show, you may not have gotten along with.
Funny boo.
But it's also like, I don't know your side.
Yeah, no, I've been quite quiet.
Who's asked Serenity?
Yeah, who is Serenity?
Who's asked what your side is? And that's
No-
just what
no
I
one
always
has.
thought of. I thought, you know what, let's just do this.
I love that, and I appreciate that because I decided to take the quieter route because in my head I got a lot to say. So this is
Cheers
a great
to that,
time.
child.
Yeah, no, let me go ahead and sip on that because we're gonna dive in.
All right, we're going to... Serenity, I love you, man. So much personality. So much personality.
Thank you.
Like, we definitely going to dive in because I just felt like I didn't get the pieces of the puzzle weren't connecting for me.
Yeah, no,
And-
I was confused.
And a one-to-one as well.
I was confused.
Like, and I feel like a one-on-one is even better.
Yeah. No.
Because then you hear somebody's side rather
Exclusively,
than
yeah.
Right, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exclusive news. Exclusive news.
So what's tea? What girls do you not get on with, and what are the reasons why? Where did this all stem from? Because I'm just confused.
Yeah, no, apparently there must have been a group message I didn't know about because I have no idea how it's like went. Are we referring to the podcast?
The podcast, or even your time on the show with the girls as well. Like, you got on with them during the show.
Yeah, on the show, I thought we had a great time. I had nothing negative to say about the girls. I do know that there were certain pockets on the show, behind the scenes that weren't shown that I know where I saw the transition.
Okay.
Between our relationships. For example, like Deb, I have a huge heart for Deb, and I think that was one of the most disheartening relationships that I lost, because there was a moment where I was being treated unfairly and she didn't have my back. And she saw it later and apologized, but I was just already really hurt by it.
Right.
And it's a really intense environment in there, so it's kind of hard to process all your emotions at once. But yeah, I wish that's probably one of the relationships I wish would have been able to make it. And then with the podcast, it just felt more of like a bystander. So and it felt like the same situation again, not having my back.
Right.
Yeah. So it's one thing about me is one thing I pray for every day is, Lord, if you're showing me a message, make it so clear I don't miss it.
Right.
Like, make it not Tetris, not a puzzle. I even love Sudoku, but not even a Sudoku puzzle.
Tetris.
I don't do puzzles. But, like, make it so clear I don't miss it. And when there's a repetitive act, I have to acknowledge those things for the sake of my heart. Because I'll make myself cry trying to save something. So, I mean, one day maybe we'll be able to touch bases again. But that one hurt me the most, to be quite honest.
Specifically in the villa, there was like, what was it that made you realize that she wasn't supportive? Like, what was the situation?
Yeah, I mean, the fans have been waiting to hear about this. Val had came for me on the show, got in my face, was yelling at me and stuff like that. And I made one comment. Val was like, "What do you want from me? What do you want from me?" And I was like, "I would love if you stopped talking. That would make me really happy." and Deb had responded saying I was gaslighting her. And she didn't know what was happening and whatnot. And I will always appreciate that she came later to apologize, but it just felt like I felt alone.
Right.
To hear. And Zeta came down later and found out what happened. And she came to Deb and was like, "Why didn't you have her back?"
Right.
So I think that was the transitional period for us. And it breaks my heart every single time I think about it, because I just remember like just sitting there and just feeling, damn, like that could have been the moment. Like we could have been writers for life. I just don't let my girls go down by themselves. You could be dead wrong, and in person, in front of everybody, we're on the same page. But in private, I'll correct you.
Right.
Because I'll correct you in private. Yo, that was actually not kind of cool. But in public, I'm all, have your girls back. So it was just like, yeah, that one hurt me. That one hurt me a lot.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then again, you may have seen repeat situations with Deb, and you're just like, you know what? It's not really.
Yeah.
Irrespective of the apology, if you haven't really seen it, like on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah. And then the whole Jesse situation, Jesse's fine. Put it on the record. So we're, I understand boys are going to get in the middle of things.
Right.
I mean, it's Love Island.
That's
what you expect. Yeah. And I even still had her side during that. So it's just like, even my loyalties to I think it's my loyalties too far in it for certain aspects. And I feel like it kind of folded my experience. And he has a nice butt.
Not a nice butt.
We love butt stuff, We're into butt stuff around here.
But yeah, that can be helpful when you have expectations.
Yeah.
Well, they don't meet them.
Yeah. I'm a ride or die type of gal. So I think the lesson I learned from that is I can't expect myself from others.
Right.
It's painful, isn't
it? It is painful.
It's painful. It even hurts saying it out loud. Yeah. For the other ladies, Maddie's such a quiet bean. I didn't really notice her there. Except for she went to the girls, because I went to her several times about Tyler, and she never made it a big deal. And then I look back at the scene where he went over there, and I was like, he was being sneaky. And then there was a point where we were in the makeup room, and she was like, "I just want to go for Tyler, but I feel like you're not letting me, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Maddie, that's not true," and stuff like that. And then all the girls jumped in, because the quiet ones, you need to have the louder ones speak for you, right? If you can't have a backbone, they're going to have to speak for you. And I remember leaving the makeup room and coming back and saying, "Maddie, I don't want to lose our friendship over a boy. Just come to me." And the girls did apologize and stuff like that. I just feel like there was a points where, when I did try to be, quote unquote, aggressive for what I wanted, then I'm too much. But everybody was doing it. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe the rules are different for me.
For you.
You know how everybody has their house rules for Uno?
Right.
It was their house rules.
Okay.
You can't put skips down double.
Good analogy.
Yeah, that's a good one, huh?
That was a good one.
Yeah, I love Uno. That's messy.
Damn. So during the time in the villa, before we even touch base on the podcast, was there any other stuff that we don't know about that may have happened either to you or either where you might have felt from other people?
Yeah.
Or, was it just that it?
Sydney, I had a soft heart for her. I feel like I've just always felt like there was a jealousy from Sydney, and I never wanted to accept that.
Interesting.
And then the podcast solidified that feeling.
It's a very weird emotion to have, because you're just like, am I overthinking?
Yeah, it makes you process your sanity.
Right.
Doesn't it? Because I, in my head, I don't see my friends as competition. That's just all bad bitches come together. Sorry if you're not allowed to say bitches.
You totally can.
Bitches. Just kidding. I just feel like, if we unite, then we're the most powerful girls, cheetah girls, cheetah sisters. If I could sing, it'd be a rap for you hoes, but you're lucky. But yeah, no, I just thought we would collab every single one of us, and when it didn't happen, I I don't want to say gutted because it wasn't that serious. I think I was just like, wow, we could have made money. we could have been the best. We could have been the starting five, Lakers 2005, 6, and 7. Like we could have been it, And I don't know where the ship sailed. I guess I just didn't. Maybe that I was late. The only time I was late. So yeah, I really don't know where it went wrong. Besides conversations being had without me.
Right. And, let's get into Zita's podcast. And of course, there was friction with, like, I believe Sydney
Funny
or
Boots.
Courtney or,
the assistant, yes.
Not the assistant.
Yes, the assistant of the podcast. Very shook by that. I didn't know we were getting paid for our roles.
So for where I stand in it, I came into it blind, so I get it, crystal clear.
Yeah.
But what is the story of your relationship with Courtney and Sydney and why it is sour?
Yeah. Oh, well, I remember when I first got there, Zita was talking about how I was glowing and how, like, me and Zita had our moment. Oh, I'm sorry. Me and Zita had our moment, or Zita and I had our moment of just being really excited to see each other.
Right.
And she was talking we were talking, our little chats, because we have our chats. And she was just saying how excited she was for me to be there. And it's going to be so getting the crew back together, stuff like that. It was so exciting.
Memories.
Like, it was so exciting going into it. It was just like, my heart was so excited to be there. They kept referring to how skinny I was. And because on the show I was a little bit thicker, but it was like a good thick.
Right.
I was kind of bottom heavy, crawfish bottom heavy. You know what I mean? Because they kept feeding us like wrestlers, chicken and rice. I was like, damn, can I get some salad? And like I said, tequila and cardio. I say that strictly because one, reposado, but I swim every morning. I love swimming, so that's why when you guys were coming for my hair, just know that I was swimming. Okay, I don't care.
Clarify.
But today we didn't swim. But I remember Sydney coming in and saying like, "Wow, you're so skinny," and I was like, "Skinny like sick, or skinny like jawline could cut a bitch," And she's like, "No, like skinny like good." And I was like, "Oh, jawline can cut a bitch,"
right.
And after that, I could hear her tone change about talking about herself, saying like she started talking about her weight and feeling insecure, and that's literally when I saw it. And I remember Zita trying to hype her up and talking about body dysmorphia or something like that. I don't know the terms, to be quite honest.
Body dysmorphia,
yeah. Yeah. And that's when the whole energy changed from Sydney. So that's why I'm saying the confirmation of like this jealousy that I was cautious about but wasn't confirmed about. That was the confirmation I got from that.
Right.
Because it was just, then I could hear the comments in the background. Not responding to them, or then when I did respond to them, now I'm attacking her. But the crier of the season, #Sydney. I cry as a hobby, but damn, she took the cake, eat it up.
I'm not even giving you a slice.
Like, no carbs here. I'm so shook. I literally was shook. I literally thought I was going to be the crier of the season of season 4, and Sydney has gotten her golden star for that.
Right.
And once I responded to her, because she had brought up their necklaces. I don't know if y'all know about their necklaces. They all have matching necklaces. She's like, "You don't even have a matching necklace with us." And I was like, "Girl, I don't wear sterling silver."
Screaming.
Sorry, sis.
She said that to you, or you heard her say
to
that?
me. Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
I don't wear sterling silver. I don't know. I think as soon as I responded, then she started saying, "Oh," she tried to do this like reverse, like, "You play victim." And I'm like, I respond one time and now I'm the villain. And to put on the record, I'm not a bad looking villain, so I'm okay with it for right now. I'm not a bad.
Let's pour some drink to that.
Let me sip on that.
Right, because I feel like you could be.
Am I a bad looking villain?
Not bad looking. I feel like you can be a great looking.
Great looking. I mean, I might as well embody it now because
I can see it.
Funny, but
I can see it being
like, hello,
right.
Ursula with a body.
Right.
Yes, well, cheers to that.
Ursula with a body.
To Ursula with a body. Mermaid, go watch it.
So,
she was like making little snags and whatever. So once I responded, the crying started. And then everybody sided with her. So I've learned from that lesson, I just need to learn how to cry.
On cue.
On cue. But my lashes look so good sometimes that I'm just not willing to sacrifice.
Right.
Sacrifices will not be made.
So you had some, you and Sydney have friction in the villa?
Yeah. Sydney and I honestly, we had like a sister vibe. Like Zita will always say like she had the mother vibe over Sydney and I because we were makeup roommates, and Sydney is just like not a very organized and clean makeup roommate. So it was always just me being like, Sydney, dang, why is all like whenever she had trash, she would put it in my square. And I'm like, girl. And like me, I have all my makeup organized, and I have brown makeup, so I'm always wiping my section down to keep it clean. So, and there's a difference between brown makeup and her makeup and like all the tracks and stuff. And I vouched for Sydney on the show. Like I was fixing her hair. Like I had no ill will toward her. But I think she has this thing where I do these like passive aggressive compliment digs, and I try to look back at them, and I just think that she just doesn't understand my humor.
Okay.
Which, I can understand that. I'm always willing to like try to understand a perspective or a vantage point.
Right.
So that I think that's just what it was.
That's what kind of began the foundation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you saw things.
I'm one of her. I was until like I felt violated. I feel like it's became a violation at this point. Bystander bullying is a thing, and when you're not strong enough, you create a group. And I think that that's what she's done. She's gotten the rest of the girls, not all of them, because I don't think all of them know that that's what they're doing, but saying nothing is bystander bullying. And I don't truly use that word often just because I don't think people are aware of what that term is. But you watching someone assassinate someone's character when it's not truly happening is not okay. I would never allow that. And maybe that's just my character.
Right. You profess how, in your relationship with Courtney,
yeah.
If we can break that down.
Yeah.
Because you refer to as assistant, does that mean as in that she imitates or
she oversteps?
Okay.
Yeah. She feels like she needs to say something when it's unnecessary. I don't need to hear from you. If Zita wants to speak to me, Zita can speak to me. I believe in speaking to another grown woman as another grown woman. I don't need your assistant to send me a message for someone or tell me, wrap it up. Baby girl, I'm the wrong one. I just don't think that's okay. I mean, if it was their podcast, I'd be more than welcome okay. But the fact that I was already being picked at from different angles and keying over here, keying over there, and then you want to say, wrap it up? Honey. Baby. No. No. That's in every language. No. Spanish? No. English? No. Italian?
Right. Arabic, we say la. We say la in Arabic.
What was it?
La.
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 La, la, la,
Yeah.
la. I'm not having it. I just there's just a point where when is okay for me to stand up for myself?
Right.
When is it? Because at one point, I even apologized during the podcast. I mean, I didn't get to watch the podcast. I just remember, I'm just going through the moments that I was there. I'm highlighting it in my head. I was flabbergasted. And disheartened. Very surprised. Eye-opening, for sure. I was like, oh, damn, y'all got a group? Okay. Destiny's Child was no longer Destiny's Child when Courtney did that.
Right.
But everyone needs a Michelle. Snaps and claps. Play your role.
Screaming.
I'm Kelly. Baby.
Do you remember Beyonce told that girl to pack to get her flight?
Yeah.
And she didn't have her luggage.
Grab it, baby. Pack it up.
That scene was funny.
She said, my favorite animal is a whale.
Yeah, that interview was so funny. Damn. So it seems like just the theme of this interview really is just a lot of disrespect.
It was just disrespectful. And I think, honestly, at that moment, because Zita asked me to come to the second podcast. And that's what a lot of people were wondering. Why wasn't I there? I apologized ends on end because Zita said, fix it. And I was like, dude, what am I fixing?
Right.
What am I fixing? What did I do? If I did something, correct me so I can fix it. At the time, Zita didn't see anything that I did. I do see, and I hate that I always play devil's advocate, especially for Zita, just because I'm always going to do that. I can't make something not make sense.
Right.
And with that situation, I apologized. I remember trying to talk to Deb about it. Deb was like, I'm just trying to have a good time. Like, they all just avoided the conversation with me. They wanted it to be like that. And that's what I noticed. And yeah, if you can't find an avenue to make it, like, not make sense, make it up. Oh, so you don't like me? I'm like, yo, where did we go with this? I was shook. You know, I just didn't understand it. I'm completely confused. I wish I had answers for that. But I remember Zeta being like, I told Zeta I wasn't going to come to the second podcast. Pardon me. And so I told Zeta I wasn't going to come to the second podcast. And then she's like, please come, please come. And then I get a long-ass message from Courtney. You know, no. Management. And saying how she doesn't feel comfortable. She saw how I disrespected Sydney and blah, 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 blah. And then Zeta not saying anything to me that whole day because I stayed an extra day in LA. You have to remember, I'm the only one that doesn't live in LA besides Maddie. She lived out of state, but she got to stay with the girls.
Right.
So I booked a hotel. I rented a car to come up here to come to the podcast. And I stayed an extra day. And then... yeah, Zeta was like, yeah, the girls said that if you show up, they won't show up.
Wow.
That's a really intense, bold statement. Like, do you feel like your life's at risk?
Wow.
That's intense.
Very.
Like, if you're like... So I was like, you know, I was already putting my feelings aside. I had already did enough, I feel like, in my head. I already took enough. I was going to just be quiet for the second podcast. But now I was super quiet because I wasn't there. Laughing at my trauma. But yeah, no, that statement said enough. And to not have anyone be there, it just felt very isolating. It felt very alone. I made a joke to Zeta and I was like, there can only be one cool Black girl in the group and you better be British. Because I don't know what it was that I couldn't, like, what is it? What's the answer? I have no idea. Until this day, I have no idea.
Wow. Did you respond to Courtney's message?
I called her and I said, if you have something, I said, don't send me shit like that. And then me and her unfollowed each other and everything. And I blocked my bullies, so she's blocked currently. I don't block many people, let me tell you. But I will block a bully.
Right.
That is not okay. Nor, unless you're getting paid for it. I mean, payroll. But over here, budget cuts. You're not doing that. Not on my phone. Not on my unlimited Wi-Fi.
Not the budget.
Unlimited minutes. You're not doing it over here, honey boo boo.
Right.
Not I.
Damn.
What is it? La. La. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you feel once she said, you know, once you heard and once you said read the message? I mean, so you read the message and then you were then told they ain't gonna come if you come. So it's a lot for you to.
Zeta didn't send me anything message-wise. She called me. And
that's nice.
So I don't, So when I did have the conversation with her, I said, I'm very disappointed in how this was handled. And I remember saying bystander. She's like, what does this have to do with me? And I was like, you're allowing it. And it's unfortunate that I don't think she knew that was going to happen.
Right.
I don't think Zeta knew that was going to happen. So it's like, I can't keep her at fault for that. But if you see it happening, don't allow it. You know, I still don't have any bad ill will with Zeta. I mean, you know, we're just talking about when you know a bad bitch, talk about it.
Right.
But I'm not, I'm grown. Like, I'm a 29-year-old woman. I'm not going to argue with anybody on some foolishness. I don't do licks. I do lawsuits. Talk about it. We're not going to do that.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I have way too much stuff in a business to run.
Right.
And I took time out of my day to come up there. And so, because I cared. I was really excited. I think that's the part that hurts my heart so much, is that my spirit was so excited. And it was like a kid in a candy store that went to Disneyland, and Disneyland was closed. There was no wee. It was just like, boo, boo, tomatoes thrown. It was just really sad. It was a sad.
It just sounds like a lot to deal with.
Yeah, on your own. On your own. And I do encourage therapy because I did speak to my therapist about it. I really truly believe in mental health and taking care of yourself. Self-love isn't selfish. I have all these things that I really practice on because it took me a really long time to get here. But I will not sit here and allow myself to be pick that. You're not bullying me at 29. That is not a tax write-off.
Right.
So no.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. And so like I feel like when I went into this silent mode, I think I was just trying to process it. Because once I was told not to be on podcast number 2, I asked to be removed from the whole thing. And that wasn't respected. Politely asked. And that wasn't respected. So there's just, I think the theme and synopsis was disrespect from this whole thing.
Right.
They were like, oh, we're out of the villa. Let's get it.
Right.
And I just wasn't prepared for that. I think I was just genuinely really excited to see my girls.
And create a moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see any hope of reconciliation with Courtney or Sydney? Or is it just like, you know what? It is what it is.
I think me wanting an apology is me reaching.
Correct.
I pick and choose my battles for sure. I think just an understanding of like knowing that my heart wasn't in a bad place is something I would want them to know, which I've already made it clear. So that's all I have.
Right.
I think at this point, I don't care to understand what the reasoning is. I would just want to move forward because I don't know. I don't understand. I don't think I'll ever understand it. And I'm okay with that. Ignorance is bliss at some points. I think I would rather save my heart at this point because I've been hurt. It was very hurtful. And, people, they send me pictures and, little clips. Someone said, oh, you getting pressed by Sydney. And I was like, is that before or after the tease? You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, I've been so polite and that phase is over. We know y'all know I got a mouth on me. Y'all know I have a mouth on me. And I think that's why a lot of my fans, like the messages I'm getting, they're just like, please speak up. Like they're sad for me. Like they're just like, we hate that you're in this position of not saying anything. And I love my fans for that because they've been keeping me together when it comes down to like
right.
not letting it hurt me. Because they're like, come on now. The way my fans are, they got a mouth on them too. Let me tell you.
Because I be seeing things and then I hearing things in the podcast. I'm just like, wait, where is Serenity's voice?
Yeah, no, I don't respond to foolishness.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what's your side of the story? And you can only do that with a one-on-one.
Yeah, and I think that's why I really appreciate this moment because no one's really wanted to ask me because everyone's asking and I'm not saying anything, which I do apologize to my fans because it is a disjustice that I'm not responding. But I do have to save myself here.
Right.
When it comes down to it, my mental is very, very important to me. Very important to me. And I think that I also, when you're going through these phases of grief, in my head, I'm disrespectful. So I have to like PC it sometimes. But I have to take care of myself. And I'm still living real life. For those of them that live out here and they do, the internet full time, stuff like that. I am a new business owner. I'm running a business. That's something I'm focusing on. And the one thing I'm now going to add to that, because I have to apologize to my fans, I'm going to add them to one of my priorities. They were so important to me before, but it's just like I had to I cried a lot. Just because you don't see it on camera or you don't do it in front of other people doesn't mean you don't cry. I cried a lot. Lashes still intact. But no, it was extremely painful. It hurts losing a friend. Losing a partner, like a man partner or a significant other is one thing, but losing friendships is very painful.
I can't imagine how painful that was.
And doing it by yourself.
Just alone.
Yes.
Not having a system of support. It's not easy.
No. So yeah, silence is necessary.
Like even to come here and speak your piece,
yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah. And we chatted about that. Just like the process. It's not something that happens overnight.
No, absolutely not. It takes a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel strong coming here. I mean, the reposado might be speaking. Just kidding. I've only had like 2 shots.
Right.
But no, I actually purposely came here sober, and thank you for treating me with reposado.
Of course.
I love a good cocktail. I love a good shot. But yeah, no. This is something I think it was time to speak up for.
Right.
Because there's people like me that are in these positions and they don't have a voice and they do what I do, but I didn't want to do that. I just needed to take care of myself. And they smart for not doing anything else because, baby.
Right.
Don't do that. I just think I'm sad. I'm sad about it. I wish it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, I really wish it didn't either.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so unfortunate, isn't it?
It is when you think about it. I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, damn.
Why?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's just sad.
And I feel like you definitely deserve a voice. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because when I did try to speak, I was over speaking, or they were like, or when I did try to speak and speak up, then say it, And I'm like,
right.
Where's this coming from? I was like, I'm sorry, I'll be better. Like I just like the flashbacks I have are like crazy.
Right.
I'm very in tune with myself, and the flashbacks I have are very crazy.
And I even mentioned it to Zila. I was like, I'm coming to LA. She's like, why don't you chat to Serenity? Like, see her side. She mentioned it to me.
That's the thing. I don't think Zita and I have any ill will towards each other. We support each other very much.
Yeah.
I've always told her, I will always support you.
Yeah.
I think that scenario was just very unfortunate for us.
Right.
But I think that as 2 grown women, we are the oldest ladies on the show. And I think that was represented in the way we handled this. I don't think I've said anything bad about Zita.
Right.
I don't have anything bad to say about Zita.
And vice versa.
Besides her being taller than me, stop it.
Like,
Stop it. How many heels do I have to wear? How many heels do I have to wear? Damn.
Legs for days.
I brought my bricks today and I know I'm still not taller than you. No, Zita she's a beautiful person. I just think that in that moment, there can only be one cool black girl.
Right.
You got to be British. I'll work on my accent.
Thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. This was definitely refreshing and necessary. Yeah.
It was definitely necessary.
Definitely necessary.
Do you have anything else you'd like to get off your chest?
Yeah, I'm still single. So any fine men out there, height requirement. No, I'm just kidding. I'm looking at people that are like 5'10". 5'10" looks different on a guy than a girl. That you hear about that before? 5'10" is like, they're like, oh, I'm 6'1", but they really 5'10".
Right.
No, I just think that I'm happy that I was able to say my piece. I feel very at peace right now. And shout out to all the people that supported me during all this.
Right.
I have to because it was a really lonely journey, and I'm still looking for my love story, and I still think it's out there, and it's going to be a journey, a process. But don't let a bad bitch get you down. Be that bad bitch. Be better. Like one of my life slogans is like, I'm going to get it tatted, but I'm scared. I'm scared. Asterisk, be better. And it just replaces all excuses. Like Mamba mentality. Kobe was my idol, still is my idol. And I think that's one thing that I will continue to be. And I think this is a moment of being that. Be better.
Right.
So, yeah, I'll leave us with that. I'm happy that I was here.
Just thank you for gracing me with your presence and your time.
Yeah, no.
And I think that this was definitely needed.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know. I expected conversation about the girls, but I didn't even know they were sending you like messages about.
Yeah.
Like when you said Courtney, like that is something like
a long ass message. And I don't really like to read. You could have sent a voice memo.
Right, not a whole book.
Yeah, no, novel.
Ooh.
Not on Amazon. Not 2-day shipping either. Came directly to my phone.
Damn.
Blue message. It's green now.
The disrespect.
It's green now. It's green now.
The disrespect. Not
today.
today.
No, wild. Not today.
Not tomorrow.
Wild behavior. Yeah. Honey, people are bold over the phone.
Right.
But guess what? I'm not. I'm bold all the time.
Period.
Dot. Signed and sealed. Delivered. Thank you.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Guys, follow Serenity on Instagram. Do you have TikTok as well? Oh, let her drink, child.
Cranberry is so good. We were bonding over cranberry juice.
I love cranberry juice.
I love cranberry juice. Yeah. I have TikTok, Serenity Springs. If someone could teach me how to use TikTok, that'd be so great. I don't really know how to use it.
I think you'd be great at it.
I think I'd be so great about it too, because boy, I have some life things that are happening. I think that should be on TikTok.
Right.
I just shout out to anybody that wants to help me with TikTok. I would love that.
I'll help you with TikTok.
Oh my God, say less.
Let's do
We're
it.
here. Do you
Let's
know
do
what a
it.
hand hug is?
Yeah, no.
Look, give me your other hand. This way.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
I'm rubbing your back.
What the hand hug?
Not the hand hug, yes. Yeah, and then Twitter, Spicy Springs, because I keep it spicy. I keep it real. I'm in a little bit sad on Twitter because the Lakers are down right now, but we're not going to talk about it. Shout out to my future husband, Austin Reeves. What's up, baby? And yeah, that's all I have.
I love this personality. It's just oozing out.
I know. I honestly, I just think that I am the best friend to have.
We need to see you on All Stars.
I'm my best friend, and I am funny.
I
I'm
want
a hoot.
to see you on All Stars.
I would love to be there. So make it happen.
Producers,
Send an email.
Yeah. Producers, if you're watching, she's right here. Follow her TikTok, Instagram, guys. Everything's in the bio below. Thank you so much for coming on, Serenity. I really appreciate it. Check out the podcast on Spotify, Apple, obviously YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Click that button.
Yes, subscribe.
It's daily and consistent.
Yes.
Daily and consistent.
I
baby.
lug it. Daily and consistent.
Yes.
It's up there.
Yes, baby.
It's
I
up,
love
baby.
that.
Look.
What the heck? There we go.
The hand hug. Ooh, that booty thangin'. Look, I ate crawfish for 3
I love how
days.
you're looking at the camera. Oh, the camera is everything.
What's up?
Everything, guys. You know me got the Prada just out. I'm trying to
No,
let them know.
not the Prada. That's
Right.
Look, first thing I saw, I was like, look at the shoes. We came looking saucy today. I didn't even know we set up we kind of mad.
No, we did that.
We did that.
It's a moment.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Thank you so much. And yeah, subscribe channel and check out our socials. Thank you. We out. Love that.
That was great.
I love that you're a Housewives fan as well.
Oh my gosh. Salt Lake City.
I'm also like City fan. Potomac, Atlanta. What do you think of the new season?
I just started watching it.